Well met, you faithful few. Welcome back to Disco Elysium number 5, where we have currently been introduced to, let's say, some advanced race theories. That is one way to get in here, to subscribe to Measurehead's theories. Or we can try and jump over up here, down here. But we're not quite brave yet. So before we become a supremacist racist, let's see if we can't, work on our courage a little bit. Or our savior fare. For that though, we kinda need experience points and level up our savior fare. And also dress down. We're gonna have to make the jump without shoes or pants. Which I guess is not really... that's really nothing new for Detective Harry. I think his name is Harry. I think we kinda deduced that his name was Harry based on the letter he found in his hidden compartment in the clipboard of hatred. Let's go elsewhere. Let's see what we can find in this. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Because we sure haven't been down this way at all. So that's something we can look at. We have a crap ton of things to do. And there's still basically 5 hours before the day is over. I'm currently sitting at 3.5 real, and I need 130. Again, preferably before the day is over, so we have somewhere to sleep. Because I do not relish the thought of sleeping in this weather. Outside, that is. So, an ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Kinda looks like a big bonsai tree. Let's go down this way, see what we can find. Also, what is this? Can you go here, Harry? Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. What about you people? You're the angriest man I know, Renee. Stop complaining and hurry up. Wait, what was this? The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Sounds more like seagulls to me.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a burp.
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard Renee first.
He nods to his partner. Right, let's talk to Angry Renee.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
The man says to his partner.
Renee, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
This one is still chewing on his sandwich. A man with a fork in a world of soup. That's one way to say that you have a very pessimistic outlook on life.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Okay.
These manly men are playing balls.
Balls.
This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Kinda looks like some variation of bowl? Or however the hell you pronounce that game. Shouldn't I ask what game this is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
How about I observe them first?
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
The man throws a metal ball toward a smaller wooden ball in the sand, missing it by a meter. Yeah, it's basically bull.
Could the objective of the game be to throw the metal ball so it lands by the wooden ball?
Yes.
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
He tries to measure the throw. There is basically I guess a senior citizen organization. Did you hear? Anyway, there's a school not far from here, and whatever. That doesn't matter. Down there, on the football fields and whatever, there's a small space where they can go and play pool. I've seen them playing it quite a few times. It's kind of relaxing to just watch, actually.
I hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Standing tall and proud, he looks at his partner with disgust. He sure is angry. René Arnaud.
Trying to throw something as close to a predetermined point as possible. Measuring. This must be the age-old game of petanque.
Yeah, okay, petanque, whatever.
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team. Get in the damn game already.
Wait, what team?
Doesn't matter what team. Pick a team. Any team. The blue team. You're letting them down. Get in the game and throw the goddamn ball.
Alright, physical instrument. I think this is the first time I've seen you, that I can remember. Why are you so mean to me?
Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
Dinky Winky. Okay, let's grab the ball and show them how it's done. I'm worse at it now because I know what game it is. Will we make it?
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work.
Okay.
God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time as frozen.
And of course, electrochemistry pops up. Here for some dopamine. Feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory.
Mm-hmm. And you're kind of holding it like you're gonna do a shot put throw?
Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight. The nervous system calibrating until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
The man ball. Take in the surroundings while time is frozen.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There is time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. I don't think that's how you play. And he did do a shot put throw.
Bordel de merde!
The old soldier yells in outrage. Yeah, you fucked that up, Lieutenant Harry.
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters. Probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Oh, I just keep messing things up, don't I?
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Alright. I kinda did ruin the game entirely. I'm sorry.
You vandalized our game, son. You can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
He tries to calm himself. I thought it was shot put. No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't. Sorry, an honest mistake. Are we good?
No, we are not good, goddammit. We want our bull back.
A vein on his forehead is bulging alarmingly.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
The Jolly One tries to defuse the situation.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
The heel of his cavalry boot slams into the ground. Okay, I will try to fix this. It sounded like it landed in water. I guess I'm gonna have to wade through water.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
To ruin your game, it seems.
Yes. Why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point.
Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I
Really?
don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
Wait, cop is pejorative? If you say so?
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
No. What about police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Oh. I mean, there are no duties RCM women couldn't carry out?
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
Well, I mean, there's always the age-old physique argument. But, you know, women and men can train. So... No, I don't think there's any evolutionary inequality at play here. Let's rile him up.
Really, officer? Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and see who comes out on top.
I mean, like last time, the political correctness has flung itself out a window and impaled itself on whatever lies below. It doesn't exist anymore. Not in this game.
Gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further.
I see. You're gonna have the last word. You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, so it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Wait, who are the communards again? I can guess which two words he has put together there.
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He adds, squeezing a bowl in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Is that a euphemism? Suicide sex cult propaganda. Okay.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Probably. Why shell them here in Martinez?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
The, beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
Okay.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
He points to the northeast. Deathblow. That kind of sounds grim.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Uh-huh.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Oh, hold on. The coalition?
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Lesser, greater, middling. Is that why everything is so bombed out?
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There is a strange gleam in his eyes.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still all influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
He stopped mid-sentence and turned to me.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard working class to take over. Foreign powers clean up our mess and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Nothing, I don't think, I just do. I mean, yeah, foreign powers clean up our mess and now they rule us. That's gotta suck. Basically getting your country taken over.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains.
Ew.
I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio.
He sighs.
This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
You mentioned Guillaume?
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
So, tell me more about Frisel.
Damn Frisel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the hoi polloi, in a very public execution.
Hoi polloi?
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
What exactly is a suzerain?
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Composure 8%. -1 because I threw the bull into the sea. Not even gonna try that. Thank you for your time.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are Copo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Sorry, cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Okay, but what are the other Copo types?
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Liquid Shadow Cop kind of sounds cool. Won't the other Copo types be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry.
I heard you almost laughing there.
They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
Okay, so suddenly we're multi-classing? You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind.
No, you don't.
Erase and rewind.
Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
That would be nice.
That won't happen.
Oh. We are 42% into the lonesome way home, which gives us temporarily +1 encyclopedia. Rigorous self-critique. Temporary research bonus, -1 authority, embarrassment to the party for 6 hours. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent, a flagellant cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Masovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your black with a cat of 9 tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. Sure, I have basically never used authority anyway. Maybe we can learn something. Let's self-critique like hell. Oh, okay. We are 4 sorry cop and 2 boring cop. We're not superstar or apocalypse cop, and I don't see liquid shadow cop anywhere here. We are 2 points into communist and 2 points into... How am I 2 points into fascist? I haven't done any fascist things, really. Not really fascist things. Due to some confusion over the game Rene and Gaston are playing, you threw one of their petanque boules far into the sea. The shot was excellent, but now you owe them a boule, or at least a similar looking metal sphere. Such is life. Enormous boules worthy of a real man. Maybe Measurehead could do something with these. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake.
This Post Lavantore mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Good mail delivery box.
The box seems happy.
Okay.
Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there, post L'Aventurier mail collection box. Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow.
My morale got healed by interacting with the post box. Oh, jeez. What's this? This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. A book about boyadero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Well, they would if they could. And who are you?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. This is what kind of shop is this? Probably a bookstore, cop, but we're gonna ask anyway.
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games.
Oh,
It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I see. Board games, though. Board games.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this.
Nah, it feels inappropriate to lecture the girl. She's already suffering from the cold.
Don't be a fool. As an expert, it's your duty to tell what you know to everyone.
Don't you tell me what to do.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
Right, time doesn't freeze while I internally monologue. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
First of all, what is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Let's not pat her head. Don't. I mean, I don't like to be touched, so I'm not gonna touch people out of the blue. I should have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be at school or something? I mean, it's 5 in the afternoon. School's probably out.
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
I see. Isn't school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
A little bit of both, I'd say.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Yeah. How is the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Cursed? In what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
She's looking for the right word. Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
She blushes. This sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. A supernatural mystery? That sounds fun. I can take on more cases.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
And how does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations...
No such thing.
Oh, the lieutenant stands at my side, stern and serious. Gotta have a little bit of fun in life.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
She looks at my shaved, prickly chin. It distinctly contrasts with the oily mutton chops that surround it. Yeah, it sure does. Sure does. Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold reddened cheek and then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Gotta have a pretty big dose of luck as well. Can't just do things. Reading those books doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
She smiles gleefully, that is true. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do.
Okay, sir.
She stamps her feet, waiting for what comes next. What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
I'd say there can be plenty of romance in everyday life. Sometimes you have to write about real life things.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
Total non-fiction. That's enough romance for me, actually. No, what about the book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Maybe I will.
I'm sure she can help out. Anything else you're curious about?
Actually, wait, let me go back.
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
You think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? Because I think that's what happened to us somewhere in the past. We read the letter that was addressed from someone to a Harry, which I'm gonna assume is us, where they seem to be in a happy relationship, and we kind of passed out before we finished reading it, so I think something bad happened.
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
She looks at you, me, with puzzlement. Doesn't ring a bell? Alright, I'll ask your mom.
Yes, she knows books. Definitely.
She nods, relieved.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain?
I'm thinking that's what happened to me.
Later, when you get the chance, you should address these issues by getting drunk. That'll show them.
No electrochemistry, that's what got us into this mess. We're trying to get out of this mess. What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
Yeah, that is how many romance books go, don't they? Gotta be rich, then you can do anything. I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
Mm-hmm. What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
I see. That's definitely enough about romance.
Maybe some about other books?
You know, you can stop calling me sir. I am but a working man.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
I mean, I get you. I, for example, can't stop making this face.
That's a friendly enough face, most of the time.
Really? Okay. See you around, Annette. Cursed businesses, huh? I know we have a murder. Don't be afraid to say weird things. I have been saying weird things. I know we have a murder to solve, but...
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Man from the Yelmdal series. Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
We have a lot of things to do, so that doesn't sound like something I would be interested in.
At last, someone sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, the man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Yelmdalaman, the man from Yelmdal? That sounds redundant. No, locked? Yeah, because I do not have money. Leave. I do not have money. Kim is grudgingly following me. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Yeah, no sports magazines for me. What do we have here? The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trouts. What's this then?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storekeep, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Look at me. Who would want to have children with me?
Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family.
She fiddles with her pendant.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
So basically Civilization, the board game. Sounds interesting. But I think I would want to talk to you about the curse.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Should we... Let's beg everyone for money. Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor.
Psychic disfavor, huh?
One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
They do take care of the ones at the bottom of society, though, those who can't sink any lower, and you kinda can judge a society by the way they take care of their most unfortunates. So, I agree to disagree a little bit there.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
It would forge ties between us working people. Good practice for fighting our common enemy. You misunderstand me. I'm a powerful feudal lord. I demand tribute. This is about traditions. Damn, you're right. What kind of a business relationship would that kickstart? Excuse me, I don't even know why I said that. A lapse of professionalism that does not represent my values. No, it would forge ties between us working people. We're gonna go a little bit weird.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space. Fighting enemy. My philosophy is everyone just getting along.
Good luck. So, are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Slacking off with her nose in science. What's wrong with science fiction? Science fiction is a good read. And if there's no one passing by that she can try to lure into the store, what's the harm in her reading some books? Yes, of course, she was doing her job as a proper girl, sure.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes, I did.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I'm not gonna grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now. It's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I would give them education, though. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
Fine, let's change the subject. No, I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Depends, how much do you pay your daughter?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
And you don't accidentally dip into that fund whenever you need to? Uh-huh.
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
In some more developed countries, this sort of thing is 2 felonies. Child labor and slavery.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Her tone is decisive, not at all angry at the insinuation.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The lieutenant taps his foot. Fine, let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store. her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
So I heard this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Yeah, I can see that. It is so full in here, so many sales going on. Business is booming, isn't it?
What in God's name is she talking about?
What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
Alright, I'll take a look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. She is out there.
Hey, psst.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I haven't said anything like that.
Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
The big communism builder. Wait, first, what's this communism even about?
Failure. It's about failure.
The failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
I am the chosen one? The chosen communist?
Now get to work, comrade.
How about... No, it's too tiring, I don't have it in me, I'm beat down and broken. We are not gonna do communism.
Very well. I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over, unless anyone has objections. No objections. It's mathematically impossible to achieve a classless society. Everyone knows this. Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing
No.
cocaine? No. I'm sure I heard someone say cocainism.
Cocainism? What the fuck?
Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then, lie down and let the water carry you downstream.
Goodbye, communism. Okay.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
That sounds like someone trying to ward off a curse.
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
Supranatural, not supernatural, but supranatural. And who are the Seminese? I mean, we've already heard a little bit about the Seminese from Measurehead. Weren't they type B subservient?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminide Islands.
Or were they
south.
type A? I don't even remember all the drivel he had to say.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
I feel like we're gonna do a little bit of more fascism. Pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand has closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
But you said there was no curse?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
She's almost begging me. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
Nope, we're doing some fascism. We're going in. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
You had your chance, book peddler.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say.
God damn it, rhetoric, but you also wanted to lure me into communism.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Fine, let's go talk to the book peddler again. But if she doesn't give me satisfactory answers, we are gonna fascist
Hello again,
those curtains
officer,
apart.
And welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese ward protecting it?
It's just for decoration.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. So, how does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again. Alright, I'm a little confused. What does that mean?
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Convince her to let me investigate the doomed commercial area. I get a -1 for gave smartass parenting advice.
Time to fire up the old lie machine.
Ma'am, I'm a renowned private investigator, a paragon of law, and a specialist in all things criminal.
And I am his private partner, John Shaw. Together we run the preeminent postal surveillance firm in Revachol.
What? Are you playing along, Kim?
Shao is what the Seolite Empire was called in the Occident, back when far less was known about the people. It was a barbarian other, ever so mystical, on whom you could project any kind of exotic fantasy. The legend of it persists, and a lot of people still think the Shao is a thing.
But wait, there's more.
Once we've caught our client's spouse in flagrante delicto, we blackmail them and pocket the money ourselves, because that's what private investigators do. Now, I see that you are a married woman.
I did not expect Kim to roll along with my bullshit.
Some penetrating sarcasm from your colleague there.
What nonsense are you two going on about? This is not relevant at all. And besides, my husband would never do such a thing. We are proper people.
Mind your manners, John. This isn't the Great Shao Empire where you can talk about sex stuff so openly.
This is preposterous. A waste of my time and of no help to anyone.
She looks displeased.
Our sincere apologies, ma'am. No more nonsense. We are offering to assist you with your troubles. Pro bono.
Despite his apologies, there's a twinge of amusement in the lieutenant's eye. Aye, he's having fun. It's a good offer, ma'am. I urge you to accept our help. It may be the only chance to save your business.
That's right. When not spying on the love affairs of the ultra-rich, we solve unusual mysteries by the low reload.
What better way than to ask us...
Oh my god! Will you stop with that incessant yammering? It's too much. If you wanted the key to the back door, you could have just asked for it.
Fine, I'll ask for it. Can we have the key?
Absolutely not.
Bastard. So I need some drama for this. So I need Savior Fair to do the actual murder investigation, and I need drama for the fun investigation. A quaint picture book brochure. Very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid. Fascist magic? Another boring book, just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Shall look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important important to the working class mind.
Stop shoving your communism in my face.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
So, bullshit book.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note,
Sure, can take care of anything until you die.
when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Interesting.
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Yeah, leave. I don't think we'll get anything from the books, but this is not a bookshelf. This is...
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise.
Look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And what about west of the river?
Houdon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And I do think we live in Jamrock, we just don't know where. And Martinaise?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
Yeah, Coal City does not sound like a nice place to live.
No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Alright, Volition. What about the map of Martinaise?
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48.
So 3 years ago?
Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinaise is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinaise is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinaise so cheap?
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
I think we passed a horse-ish statue, but it didn't have a neck, I think.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
No, what happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinaise up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Nah, let's not steal it. I'll buy it. Kim is watching. Let's not be bad.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Yes. So we have a map. Ish.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinaise, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally, coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
And what does that actually do for me? We also have the photo of the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
So somewhere around here?
It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside a radio computer or an old filament memory, but not quite.
Yeah, let's put the photo away. We don't know what this is yet. I think we're kind of done with... Wait. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. I guess the magic to get everyone to listen to them. If you can call that magic. Red chicks can be tried only once. White chicks can be retried. I think that's what it said. It's now almost 6:30. We have done nothing, really. To Roundabout North. To Cape Side Apartments in Martinez Pier. The ad reads broken window. Tibbs has windows. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. I need to find a bag, man. I think I found a bag. Yellow plastic bag, fritta. Better mouth your watch on me, boy. Well, I have a bag now. Can I collect stuff? Equip this to collect tar from the streets. Alright. Can actually start getting some money. Kim, I think you're in the way of my money. Let's just collect stuff while we're walking around. Sorry. Where are we going? Also bird. Also money. How many things can I fit in my... A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to my approach. So you're saying you're very used to humans. That kind of looks like blood. Blood or a lot of red paint. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Yeah, it's probably paint. What's this? You don't mind me picking up some money? Rue de Saint-Ghislain to Roundabout North. Cape Side Apartments.
Hey, up here, pigger.
Inside, the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint? Oh, it's locked.
Yeah, you bet. Keep walking.
Oh, shut up. I'm just here to collect the tear. This is an infinity bag.
When I'm talking to you.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Knock.
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock again.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
The hallways echoes with her cackle. But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
The lieutenant repeats dutifully.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sounds inside.
Thank you, Kim. Can we talk to you from down here?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside. You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
Okay. She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier. I don't see anyone performing maintenance. I see someone doing something.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Thank you, Encyclopedia. Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her.
Oh.
She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing.
Yeah, that sounds like a negotiator.
You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
You want me to get wacky? I can do that.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here.
Yeah.
We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
Uh-huh. I have an opinion on this. You wanna hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us, keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
Yeah, I got that rhetoric. Thank you. Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
Partly true.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Alright, catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have. I'm looking for... huh? Looks like there was more construction here. Once, decades ago. Oh? Uh-huh. I haven't needed to use any heal items. That's nice. And I have enough to... so that I can definitely keep my morale up. Because we don't want that to happen again. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain 33A. And the snow is really kicking up. Your room in the Whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you will ever earn in all my life. I see. Well, it's 6:30. So it's basically 2.5 hours until the workday is over, and we can do a little more talk with Kim. But that's gonna happen next time. For now, we're gonna leave this here. As always, thank you for stopping by and making it this far. Please, do take care of yourself. Remember that you are always appreciated. And try to be kind, yeah? I hope to see you around.